Right next to me, I have the 2025 Volkswagen ID Buzz. This is the successor to the ever so popular Volkswagen Bus, but this one is a little different. This one is actually all electric. I'm here at Centennial Hills Volkswagen up here in Las Vegas, and they were kind enough to let me review it. So without further ado, let's get started. So we'll start with a kind of quick exterior walk around. I'll talk about some of the specs. So this is the ID Buzz, and this is their first edition. This was, I guess you kind of call it their launch edition. This thing comes in a multitude of colors, and these are like, they're very happy colors. This is the Cabana Blue Metallic, which, I don't know, let me know what you think. You know what? This goes with the Buzz. It just looks like it belongs. There is another color, I believe it's called Mahi Green, and overall that is my favorite. It comes in either single motor or dual motor. The single motor, you're going to get 234 miles of range, while on the all-wheel drive, the dual motor, you're going to get 231 miles of range. So really not that much of a difference. We do have our, power liftgate, trunk, and all of that right here. There is a spot right here for your charging. It does have like the your standard charging. It doesn't have NACS just yet. And to my knowledge, I looked it up, they don't have access to the Tesla supercharger network just yet, but I heard that is coming later this year. And one thing I do like is this isn't powered. It's just manual. That means that's one less thing for it to break or anything like that. You literally just open it and close it, simple as that. You are getting power sliding doors on both the driver's side as well as the passenger side. You can choose different paint trims and all that for the top as well. Something interesting about the front, I wish I was here at night so I could show this off, but this Volkswagen logo actually glows. You can actually light it up and choose the amount of intensity that you want. I wish that's cool. I like that. I would like to see that, rolling down the street. Pricing wise, it starts at roughly $60,000, and it can go all the way up to as much as $70,000, just depending on what trim you choose and stuff like that. So now we'll check out the back. So there is a little button hidden underneath here to actually open up the trunk. There is also a button from your key fob. So there's some interesting things going on back here. So as you can see, we've got some nice space and all that right here, but it has like this kind of little, I guess, step. I'm not really sure what I would call this, but you can put things here, you can do anything like that. And if you don't want it, of course, you can actually lift it up. For all my parents out there, I'm not 100% sure if you'd be able to get a stroller in here with these attached bars right here, but actually there's nothing to worry about, because with the simple twist of these, you can actually remove this entire piece. And to put these seats down, it's actually pretty simple. If I can find it, there's actually a little tie down there, and these seats come down. Whoops. So keep that in mind, that if you want to put the seats down, you are going to have to put the headrest entirely down. But if you want to raise them, just grab that little handle and boom, there we go. I brought my trusty carry-on suitcase just for reference of just the kind of the size that we're looking at right here. So really you can fit probably quite a few suitcases back here. And then to close it up, you just press on the button again. And something I've noticed is this motor is very quiet. Like, I don't hear this thing closing at all. Like, it is absolutely dead silent on this thing, and overall that's pretty impressive. To get into the ID Buzz is very simple. As long as you have this key fob on you, you are able to access the vehicle. You just open the door handle and you're able to climb right in. In terms of height, because y'all know me, I'm 6'3". I love a vehicle that I don't need to, crouch into, or a vehicle that I have to almost climb a ladder to get into. In terms of my height and to get in, it's very simple and very nice. All I literally got to do is just slide my big self right in, and overall we're good to go. This one does come in a variety of interior options. This is kind of like their gray interior, but it also does come in kind of like this, it's called like moonlight, but it's almost like I would describe it as like a cognac, a kind of a brown, and then there is also kind of a tan. It's more along the lines of, I'd say, a terracotta pot brown. So here we are in the driver's seat of the ID Buzz. So we do have this kind of like tan, like leather interior accent. This is the gray interior. Like I said, there are two additional options. It does come with this like plastic style, like wood grain interior. It's not real wood, which I'm thankful for that, because if it was, that would be such a pain in the butt to keep clean. Just to get out of the vehicle, all I gotta simply do is honestly just pull on that, opens the door, you have all of our door locks and all of our windows and everything. It does have an additional button down here which opens the trunk, and also you have some storage space right here as well as down here. It does have memory seating, and your memory seat controls are all over here. There's everything for your defrosters and everything. We do have a center gauge cluster in addition to our center screen to shift the vehicle. Like there's no push button start, there's no nothing. All you gotta do is just simply press on the brake, and that actually wakes up the vehicle. And if you want to like shift it into drive, all you do is push on the brake, just turn that forward and puts it into drive. And then just to put it into park, you just press that button. But let me show you something else. This is kind of adorable. That's the only way I can use to describe it. So on the brake pedal and the accelerator pedal, you have a little pause button as well as a play button. I thought that was a nice little touch. But moving on to our steering wheel. So this steering wheel, these controls are very interesting. So this is one just solid piece. This is a solid piece. This is a solid piece. But when you like click on something, it's almost like kind of like a haptic feedback. But in addition, you can also scroll in addition to pressing the button. So you can either press or you can scroll, like if you want to turn the volume up or down. And then this does come with a heated steering wheel as well as, man, I'm losing my words today, voice activated controls and everything for like your navigation and all that. We do have 2 additional slots for USB-C. This is very interesting. I'm very confused on like so this is a wireless charging pad, but it's got like almost like bumps at the top to where when you do put your phone in there, it's very snug. Maybe that's the whole purpose, so it doesn't really go anywhere. But who knows? Let me know. But here's some air vents. These buttons here are to open your driver side and passenger side rear sliding glass doors right there. And you can also disable it. So say you got like kids or something like that, you don't want them opening the doors, that's the perfect thing. So just to open it, all you gotta do is just press that button. Maybe. Oh, I turned it off. There we go. It opens it, and we just press it again. And then it closes it for you. All right, so we're gonna move on to our kind of center screen and all that here. So there's not too much going on. It seems very, kind of minimalistic. I'd have to mess with this thing a lot more than I have right now to make like ultimate judgment with it. But we'll kind of move on. You do have some more storage space. There's a lot of storage space in this vehicle, I noticed. You have storage space on this side as well as another USB-C. That's going to be the overall mantra for today. Lots of USB-C. You do have center armrests on both of these, which you can put them back up, and you can actually lock these to any height that you want, which overall I think that's very nice. You do have a little kind of center console here, but there's something very interesting about this center console. You can actually press on this button and you can actually remove this entire center console if you want. Moving on here is our cup holders, but if you decide that you do not want them, you can just simply stow them so that they are kind of out of sight, out of mind. In terms of these seats, you do have the nice ID stitching and all that, or I wouldn't say stitching, the perforation that's right here. The front seats are heated and cooled, while just the rear seats are just heated. So at least that's something that's pretty nice. But there's a very interesting feature of the ID Buzz that I'm going to show you, like something that I'm honestly a big fan of. I just got to get to it. Oh, so to start it, there we go. It likes to turn itself off. So now that we're on the screen, we're going to go in interior, and then we're going to go in roof. This thing has smart glass. And what do I mean by that? So as you can see right now, the glass roof is kind of like this opaque, but I'm going to press this button and just look what happens. It goes from, and it's now clear, opaque, clear. Like overall, I believe it's called monochromatic glass. I'll have to look into that. I wrote it down specifically, but I can't remember the life of me what it's called. But yeah, smart glass. Overall, I think that's very nice. You do notice when you do turn it off, the sun just beating down on your head. There it is right there, and it's brutal. It's actually heating up my phone as we speak. But yeah, I do like that feature. We do have an SOS button and all that up here. You do have your lights and activated by haptic touch right there. It does have a nice size rear view mirror, so you can see absolutely everything. And of course, you got your sun visors with your trusty mirror and all that to kind of, check yourself out. I'm going to close that up and put that away. But honestly, glove box. Oh, don't forget the glove box for some of my people who love glove boxes. There's an okay amount of room. Nothing too crazy, but meh, it is what it is. But yeah, But now we'll move on to the back. Into the back of the ID Buzz, same concept. Just literally press that button and that allows you to enter the vehicle. So we're gonna get in there quickly because, oh man, it is toasty out. So you are actually able to move these center seats front and back. And speaking of these seats, there's two options. You can either get this nice bench seat or you can actually get captain's chairs. So really whatever you would like to do. But yeah, to literally move your seat forward or backwards, all you gotta do is just press up on this and that scoots it forward and back. And if you want to actually climb into the back, one of the ways that you can do that is literally just press up on that and that'll actually lower this all the way down so you can get back there, or that allows this to lay flat. So if you would like to, you know, transport something really large, you're able to do that. But yep, we're gonna put that seat back up and we're going to hop in real fast. And then to close it, there we go. And that closes that up for you. First things you'll notice is we do have heated seats. These are only heated in the back. You have our heated seat controls right here, as well as, I said, of course the car's off. That's one of my complaints about this car is I wish it would stay on. Like, please just stay on. What we got here? And some things that you'll see as well as of course, I wish it was power. Like, I wish the dang power was on. Maybe I can somehow press it. I don't know. Well, nope, looks like we're kind of SOL right now. It's like, I'm kind of curious how that works because I can't power on the car, like it doesn't stay on, but this window is actually able to slide. You're actually able to open this window, which is kind of cool. We do have our light controls as well as your fan controls and as well as your air vent and all that up here. If you look right here, we do have some nice pocket space as well as another USB-C charging right here, and as well as some additional store space here right here. And like I said, you are able to remove this entire center console and all that if you decide that you don't want it. Here's kind of a better look at the glass in the opaque mode, just so it's blocking out all that sunlight. But now, the ultimate test. We are going to test how easy it is to get into the back and if my big self actually fits. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay this maybe all the way flat. And then I'm just simply going to climb in. And then if you would like to put the seats up, you just got to pull on this and then pull back here. And here we are. So as you can see, folks, yeah, here we are once again in the third row of the Volkswagen ID Buzz. And headspace wise, plenty of headroom. I'd say I got roughly a fist's worth of headroom. I need to find another unit of measurement other than my fist, but it's the easiest thing to do. So yeah, we got plenty of fist room, Jesus, and then plenty of leg room right here, folks. Like if you're a tall dude or a gal, if you're like over 6 foot, you're gonna fit in this thing just fine. So I'm in the back of the ID Buzz. You got a little cup holder, another spot for your USB-C. There's USB-Cs all over this car, which I love. This does have third row air vents as well, which I do like that. But so that was my seating position for the driver. Here was my seating position for the center passenger. And here's my seating position as the rear passenger. As you can see, I have plenty of space. I'm comfortable, I'm fine. We got a little more pocket space here. Looks like there's a little spot for maybe like you put a ball of water, but yes. Answers that, folks. I am able to fit. Well, everyone, that's all I've got for today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button below. It definitely helps me out a ton. And once again, if you have any other questions or anything about the ID Buzz, drop them in the comments below and I will answer them as quick as I can. But hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.